Boom, boom. This is getting everybody. Welcome back to the channel, right? Got a little bit of Azur up today. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. No more sorties. The inverted Orthant event has ended. So if anything you wanted to get from the red sorties, you're going to have to, unfortunately, wait. Because this was a rerun, of course, so you probably already had most of the stuff. But if not, the sorties are gone. But the actual rewards are still up from here. So make sure that you do get any copies of Z24 if you didn't already have them, as I said before. Make sure that you complete the event to get the actual chat frame. And, of course, anything else. Also, we've got the shop. Go into your shop. Go down here to munitions. They restocked the shop. Got some parts in here, of course. I just went ahead and got the parts. Bought some of the shipbuilding tickets to do some builds for Nuremberg. Got my hands on the cognitive chips and bought a bunch of the actual blueprints. That's all I really wanted to get from this particular shop. There wasn't really else anything in here. So I pegged out about how much I was going to need, and that's how much I did the event in terms of that. I didn't, yeah, see, I've got all of this stuff. So I'll max out some of these, even though I don't need any Series 3 blueprints, but you can, use all the currency that you have. I'll probably purchase a little bit of colas with the remaining, maybe get some that's pretty much about it. Colas will be about the only thing, because this is 450, this is 500, so I don't have enough for that. So we'll just max out the colas. Confirm, and there we go. So that's all it's up. It's 10, which does not have. They don't have a 1. They should have something that costs like 1 in here, but they don't. Anyway, keep an eye on that. Do that. New stuff. Well, it's not technically new stuff. It's actually a reruns event. But as we're in a dead week, as we like to call it. Another 7 days. So we'll see something. Okay, we're in the holiday season, so we'll see something next in 7 days. We'll see something probably new. We should be getting an announcement here in 3 or 4 days on Facebook, and they'll start talking about the new event. I doubt it's not going to be a UR ship or anything like that. Still too close to when Musashi came out. Let's take a look at what we got on in terms of rerun content would be the best phrase. So we'll start, and we'll just go ahead and use little Dashy. All right, so we got Black Friday sales. That's fire sale. I'm not going to show you the outfits, but they're really good outfits. Excellent rerun outfits. Akashi's Fanbook. This is, of course, the color by numbers book. As always, there are going to be 3 of them. One entered up today. I'm not exactly sure what this picture is. It's finished, but you just click on this and it'll fills all the black ones. So you don't have to do click on here anymore. It auto fills when you click on the color. And this one completed because I got some skill books for it as a reward. But there's obviously 2 characters here. As for identification of those characters, it's exceedingly difficult. Okay, but anyway, do this one, do tomorrow, do the next day, and you'll get Azur Khan outfit. Okay. If you already got it, of course you will, of course, end up getting coins for the outfit. But do it. It's an outfit. And it's nice, they don't do much for Akashi. You see Akashi every now and then popping up in events that's with her store stuff trying to get you to buy something Naya. But anyway, so it'd be nice to have something a little bit for her. Keep an eye on that. Also got modules up. Now, let's talk a little bit about augmentation modules. All of the actual gold augmentation modules are character specific, but they do work on other characters, so it's not necessarily you can only put it on that character. Okay, so keep that in mind when you actually do this, because they do give you other effects. I would not waste all of the time and spending in the actual coins. As you can see, these are not cheap. Okay, it's 10,000 cost. Okay, that's a lot, so I'm only getting them for characters that I actually use. I've got a full purple set on each of my epic characters that I use inside of PvP. All of my PvP characters have an item on them. It's not specific, but it tells you what you should equip it on. Submarine and an aviation submarine is what you want, preferably to put this on. Okay, so that's what you want to make sure that you put it on. Put it on something that's useful. Okay, and it's a ship that you're using. So that's what I've done. I've got maxed them out, put them on my until I can get their gold set. There are a few good ones in here. I mean, Ainami's got one, so if you're using Ainami, you might want to do that. I actually did pick up that one. Prince Eugen's got one in here too. If you're using Prince Eugen on any of your teams, then you might want to look at that as well. And there's a few others. The new ones are for Temeraire for your French fleet, and Majestic, Detail 4, Tahu 4, IG, and of course your Sakura Empire. So if you use those ships in any of your main fleets, you might want to consider. But again, it's 10,000. Okay. Now, purchase a couple of those, and you can cut your coins in half. So that's why I'm being exceedingly specific for the time being. Once I get my PvP fleet built up and my main ships, even if it's not a PvP, but it's a ship that I do use, like any of the UR ships or any of the really good SSR ships, I'll probably end up doing a unit for them. But I really want to focus on my main PvP characters for right now. This is min-maxing at this point. This is not make or break your account. This is only the percentage points you're going to get is just, you may be looking at 5 or 6% of an increase. So it's not really that important at this point. But if you'd like to min-max like I do, then this is something that you might want to consider looking at. So if any of these ships are ships that you use on a regular basis, then you might want to look into it. But none of these are PvP specific. None of these ships in here are for the PvP meta fleet. You know what the PvP meta fleet is. Okay, Vittorio Veneto, Aquila, and New Jersey in the back line. And then on your Vanguard, you want to try to put Alaska, of course, up there. You want to put Shimakaze up there, and you want to put Duka up there. So none of their actual items are in here as of yet. That seems like they're in earnest using 2 or 3 at a time whenever they do it. Okay, so it's probably, we'll see them eventually. There are SSR ships. I mean, they've got Belfast in here. This is for Belfast. Belfast is an SSR ship. Okay, so as you can see, they're introducing them for those. And now understand, New Jersey and them, they're UR ships. I haven't seen a UR ship item for them yet, but I will assume that they will enter a gold item for them. I would be nice if I assume they will in the future enter UR ships. They do have slots because I know they have slots because I have the slots on the ships. So, Jersey, okay, I've got a sword on her, so first strike and firepower. So they do have a slot. So I might assume in the future they will be coming up with actual events, the actual items for them specifically. Would be logical to assume. Maybe. But it's not something that they're probably putting at the top of the list. We need augmentation modules for UR ships. I don't think we're that tip, since there's only about 7 or 8 UR ships at this point. So everything up is a rerun at this point. Nothing new. Free time, free play. I'm going to do 3-4. Yes, I know why. You're going to say, wait, Kendra, why are you doing 3-4? I'm doing 3-4 because I ain't got Akashi. And I can't get Akashi. Lord have mercy on my soul. I've run that thing 6, 7, 8,000 times. Can't get that shit. I've got Kaga so many times I'm getting sick of Kaga. Can't get Akagi. So I'm going to run 3-4 for a little bit. Burn down some of my oil. I've got some soil start up in the mail. Primarily for the next new event that comes out. The holiday season, we're in the holiday season now, so they generally offer you some type of gems during the holiday Christmas event, which is what I'm waiting on. I need to buy some more dock space. It costs about 200 for dock space, but I only got 94. I've only got like 6 slots left. But understand, from a free-to-play perspective, you don't need to do that. That's just me. I'm collecting all of the ships, so I need dock space. They have like 550 some ships, so I have to keep purchasing dock space, and they're coming out with more. So, so you're gonna have to spend a little bit of money on dock space. Well, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of money on gems, which you can purchase a dock space. But that's the only thing I've really done. I did purchase the Fair Winds coupon when it first came out, the very first time, for $9.99. It was a really good value. If you do want to give the devs, help devs out a little bit, that's a really good thing to buy. The Fairwinds trade coupon. They give you a lot of really good stuff inside of that, and it's only $9.99. I've already finished it, but you get all of this stuff in here. There are gems in here, which is the reason I purchased it the first time. Let me see. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's 50 gems right there. And you get all kinds of really good stuff when you purchase it. And they have costumes, and they have there's some more gems in here. So this is a really good value, and it's only, I think it's only, pretty sure it's only $9.99. Yeah, $9.99. So I purchased it, and you get all this stuff, plus you get an outfit um, for who is that an outfit for? DM Teresia finally. Who is that? Who's that an outfit for? Chicken Cheeky? Is that Pammy? No, it's not Pammy. I'm not sure who that is actually. And Cindy M. Teresia finally showed up. Commanders, so where you're taking me? Chicken Cheeky. That's an outfit for somebody. But this is in here, so this is what you get. You get 300 in a Fairwinds Cruise Sports one. I might probably, if I don't get any gems in this Christmas event, I might end up just purchasing this again. But that's really the only thing I've ever purchased is the Fairwinds trade coupon. And I did it to get some gems to purchase some more dock space, which is the main reason I did it. But I got an outfit as well. Plus, you get a bunch of good. You get some high-end mats too. UR books. There's some high-end mats that are only farmable. You have to get those inside of the Operation Siren is the only place to get those, right inside of here. So keep that in mind. So it's something to do. But yeah, so that might be what I need to come up the next, so, but that's a ways away. Also remember the skill up items. You can run 10 of these a day. I mean, it's ridiculously useful. You can knock out 3, maybe 4 characters who had no skills, and you can max out their skills through this, because you get to do 10 a day as long as you got the books, and I've never had any trouble getting books. Okay, so keep that in mind and do that as well. It's going to be going on for a little while longer. So use that every day. I've gotten to the point where I'm doing characters that I don't use at all, because all of my characters that I use in all of my fleets, and then all the characters that I've just leveled up over the time, I've already got their skills done, so there's really nothing else to utilize it on at this particular point. So I'm just building building them as I go along. And whenever a slot opens up, I open up the first one. I'm down to epics right now. So after epics, I'll move into the normals and into commons. So just keep on leveling them up as we go along. But keep that in mind as well. So that's it. Got that. We've got the Akashi Fanbook, as I mentioned. Outfits, like I said, I don't show the outfits because I don't want to run afoul of the YouTube censors, because some of the outfits are extremely risque, as they say. But in terms of actual items, this is all rerun stuff. Okay, nothing new. So just farm free. I like what I like to call free time. It's just time to run whatever you want to run. Maybe advance into the story mode, get up into your 12s and 13s. We've got new ships that make it a lot feasible. I still haven't found anything to auto 13. Okay, autoing 12 is, I can do it, but it's at like 30-40% of the time it actually gets through. Other times it doesn't. But 13 I haven't had no luck yet at all. It's gonna have to be some type of gimmick fleet, most likely, to make it to auto. But we'll figure it out. Once we figure it out, let you know. But for right now, that's but for first, I want to get Akagi, so I'm going to go ahead and hit on 3-4. She's really the only SSR really good ship that I don't have, and it's unfortunate. But I keep, it's not for lack of trying. As I've said, I've spent so much time farming that. But that's the only place to get her, and she's a really low drop rate. It'll pop. I mean, I got Kaga like 10 times, but never got a Kagi. So we'll keep working on it. I don't use her in any fleet. She's not like, I mean, the meta for the PvP used to be, Nagato, Akagi, Kaga in the backfield. The triad, as they would say. But that's what the meta is now. That's not the meta anymore. So not really something useful to have. But I would like just to get her. I've got Akagi U, and I've got the Akagi. What's it? Akagi. The little girly version, Akagi girly version, whatever that's called, that they gave at the event, but I don't actually have her full ship. So that's what we're in the process of trying to get right now. So I'll be happy when that happens. And I'll let everybody know when that happens, considering I've probably talked about it maybe 15-20 videos where I've said I'm farming 3-4 and have not got Akagi. Still haven't got her, and I have dumped a lot into it. But that's it. So there's nothing new going on. We're probably going to have, like I say, 7 days we should get our next event. And we'll, of course, do that. We should get an announcement sometime here. It's not going to be a UR ship. We're still too close to the Secret Empire event, where we got Musashi. I hope everybody got Musashi. You know, her pity was at 300. I had to go all the way to pity if you watch my previous videos. That's the first ship. That's the first UR ship I had to go full pity. Shinano, who's gracing my screen right now, I got close. It was probably about 30 or 40 pulls, I believe, if I'm accurate, from having to get the pity before I finally pulled her. No such luck on Musashi. Had to go all the way to pity on her. But as for that, and then Shinano, which I said to him, I've gotten the others fairly quick. I've got 2 or 3 of them on like the first or second day of the event. They just pop, which is fine by me. I mean, Shimakaze was ridiculous. I got like 6 copies of Shimakaze. Yeah, so didn't happen on her. But she's a good ship. Very good ship. Musashi is a good ship. Didn't change the meta. The PvP meta is still the same. You know, Vittorio, Jersey, Aquila, and then the front line you want to put Alaska. I'm sorry, I keep saying Alaska. Anchorage. That's because Anchorage is in Alaska. But you want to put Anchorage. She is a Anchorage is of course a powered ship. So if you can't quite get her, you can use Nashiro. Nashiro works just fine. Not as good because of the immunity, immortality we like to call it, 6-second buff that Anchorage gives when she procs her skill at the beginning of the match. And if you think about it, if you're going up against a team, the meta is the torpedo team. So that's what you win in PvP is getting you launch a full spread of torpedoes at the beginning of the match, destroys the vanguard, you get the backfield. Well, if you've got a shield that prevents those from hitting, that's good, and that's exactly what Anchorage offers, which is why she is now the meta for PvP. But her, Shimakaze, and Duca in the front. Anchorage does torpedoes as well too, so she keeps with the torpedo theme. So Anchorage, Shimakaze, Duca at the front, and of course Vittorio is as the flagship, and then flanker with Jersey and Aquila. Aquila's the carrier. You're going for the trifecta with the Italian ships, with Veneto, and then of course Duca in the front and Aquila on the side. Those are all 3 Italian ships, so she get the buff, a synergetic buff right there as well. So that helps out too, and that's the current meta. It hasn't changed. Might in the future. I don't know if there's going to be a carrier meta or something, but for right now, that's still the meta. And if you have that meta and you max out those ships and those skills, you should be able to get very close to Rear Admiral with that. Getting quite, you should be able to get pretty close. I've gotten close every time I've tried it. It's just difficult finding the time to actually do all of the actual ones that you have to do to get to Rear Admiral. But that's where we're at in that particular that. So nothing changed. So everybody, free reign, do what you want to do, and we will come out with a video here in 3 or 4 days, and we'll explain hopefully what the new event's going to be, see if there's going to be new ships, and what we're going into the holiday season, so there should be something special going on. Hold off on purchasing gems at this time if you do need gems for something. Like I say, you shouldn't, but if you're like me and a collector and need gems, usually the Christmas event you'll get some gems in that. They'll have stockings, and you open up the stockings and there'll be some gems. I think I walked away with like 350 gems last year for that. So just wait and see it before you do anything. And then if after that's over, need something, I might have to go ahead and splurge. I might just get a fair trade or something. But I purchased it once, and I really like all the fact that you get a bunch of mats. And since I always complete it, I've completed every one of the cruise missions all the time. Every single time I always got to 100. So purchasing that would be very user friendly. You get a lot of heavy mats, you get a skin, as well as the gems. So it's worth it, and for only $9.99, you can't beat that. So that's, but I did purchase the very first time it came out, primarily because I needed gems, as I said. But so that's the reason I did. But it's something to look at. All right. So that's all I got. We'll talk. I'll go ahead and get in 3 or 4 days, maybe a little bit longer, depending on when they announce and what they came up. But for right now, just run what you want to run. Make sure you finish the coloring book so that you can get the outfit for Akashi. All right. Thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll have a bell. You'll see it. Click on it. You get notified each time I drop a video. Also, remember to like and share the videos. That does help the channel immensely. So this is Ken Rear, still in the corner, still coming at you. Signing out.